Natasha Romanoff, also known as Black Widow, confronts the darker parts of her ledger when a dangerous conspiracy with ties to her past arises. Pursued by a force that will stop at nothing to bring her down, Natasha must deal with her history as a spy and the broken relationships left in her wake long before she became an Avenger.
Hey! Hey!
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into another video, and today is another Fanatic film review, another early Fanatic film review, and today is a very special one for me, for this community, and just for what it symbolizes. And I'll get into that at the end, just how special this one really is for me. But today, my God, I can't even believe it. Today we are talking about the newest film from Marvel Studios, from the MCU. We're talking about Black Widow. I got to see it early, got to screen it, and I am here to give you my spoiler-free review. This is my spoiler-free review. A spoiler review will be coming out the day that this wide releases. That's next week. But today we are keeping it completely spoiler-free. It's not out yet. It's going to be out in about a week and a half-ish, and I am just so excited to talk about this because I really did truly enjoy what I saw on the screen. Now, I think without further ado, let's just kind of get into it. So the first thing that I really enjoy here is we get back to that gritty feel. And I always talk about this with any sort of film, any franchise, when you go, big and bombastic and sci-fi, like a Guardians of the Galaxy or something, or like a Thor or a Loki even now. I like that, but not to the extent that I like something like a Captain America the Winter Soldier or a Falcon in the Winter Soldier, a gritty, like down-to-earth type film. And that's what we get here. Black Widow is a spy kind of espionage type film that's also a mystery involved as well. And I really, really enjoyed that because we have the Loki and the WandaVision and the Doctor Strange and the things like that, but to really go back to the roots and get into some of this spy kind of espionage, type film, I really liked that they went that route. I think it was very well done. It works very well for Black Widow's character because that's what she is. She's an assassin. She's a spy. It worked very well. And with that, the action is completely different than what we're used to. We're used to Iron Man flying around, Captain America throwing a shield, the Guardians, blasting off and things like that. This is very grounded. A lot of it is based in hand-to-hand combat, and it was actually choreographed really, really excellently. I was thoroughly intrigued throughout watching the different fight scenes and the way they were choreographed. I just think it was really, truly well done, and I gotta give credit to everyone involved, the stunt team and the stunt choreographers and everyone to that vein. They did a really good job bringing us some really awesome action that we really haven't ever seen before, because Black Widow's specialty is hand-to-hand combat and types of combat like that, and she's always been a side character, which is why I'm so excited that she finally got her own film, because she really deserves it. So we get to see that different type of combat here, that different type of fighting that we haven't really gotten to see really at all. So I really enjoyed that. Another thing I really like is the messages here. A lot of it is about family. A lot of it is about making amends and confronting your past. And that is something that really resounded here, especially the theme of family. Again, I'm not getting into spoilers here, but I really liked the way that was executed. I think the writing here is actually pretty solid. Didn't really have a lot of problems with it. I'll get into some of my negatives in a little bit. I don't think this is a perfect movie. There are some flaws, but overall the writing is pretty airtight. I don't have that many problems with it, and a lot of it is the themes. It's the resonating with these themes and the emotion that comes with that. Now, without spoiling it, I can't go into too much more detail, but when you watch the film, you will understand that there are certain things that happen, to Natasha, to Florence Pugh's character, Yelena. There are things that happen that have shaped the way that they look at the world, and I think that it was done very, very well. Another technical aspect that was done really, really nicely what was the cinematography and the direction. I think Cate Shortland, I believe is how you pronounce her name, did a really great job at, one, directing the action. You really could see what was going on in these scenes, but two, also making the small moments, making the moments that weren't big and bombastic very meaningful, with some gorgeous cinematography. And that all comes back to her and the director of photography and everyone that was a part of that to really to compose some really nice shots. And it was a nice film to look at. You got some great stills, and it's all very, very, very well done. But let's get into the part that I want to talk about the most, the part that really stood out to me. It's these damn performances. They are fantastic. Now, you got David Harbour, you got Rachel Weisz, who are both great in the roles they play. They bring great emotion. David Harbour's hilarious in this film. He's so funny. And you got a great Scarlett Johansson in here as well, giving another fantastic outing as Natasha Romanoff or the Black Widow. But the real standout, and I know you've seen this over social media, I know it's been talked about a lot, the real standout's Florence Pugh. She is absolutely fantastic. I know I'm biased. I know I am a Florence Pugh fanboy. I think she's fantastic. I think she can do no wrong, but she really is the star here. She steals the screen every time she's on it. She delivers just such great dialogue, and I don't want to really get into more because I really want you to experience that on your own, but she is the absolute standout, and I'm so excited to see where she goes in the MCU. If she comes back into the MCU, I am very excited to see. Well, she is. She's rumored to be in the Hawkeye series, so when she comes back, very excited to see what she brings to this character, and the possibilities are really endless because she's a great actress, and I think she has been given the perfect role here as Yelena Bullet. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get it wrong. Yelena Belova. I think she's really, really good. So the performances are the biggest thing for me that really, really stood out. It across the board, just good. No, nothing wrong with the performances. It's going to be the highest thing I rate tonight is the performances. And then the last thing is, I just think that this is a really rightful send-off for the character of Black Widow. Now, this is spoilers for Endgame, but y'all have already seen it already. She dies in Endgame. And I think that this is really her swan song. This is a nice epilogue to her story to really see that she gets to confront some things that have been on her mind. Not the Avengers, not anything like that. This is personal for her, and for her to really confront this and bring this to justice and really just, right wrongs that she had lingering in her head for years. I really like that they did that, and I really, really think that this is a really awesome send-off for Natasha Romanoff or Black Widow. It just really is well done. I think Black Widow fans, I think MCU fans in general will be very happy with this outing. Now, it may be biased because it's the first movie we get back in theaters, but full disclosure for me, I watched it virtually. I watched it on my TV at home. I didn't see it in a theater, and I still really, really enjoyed it just for what it was. I mean, I think the technical aspects alone make it a really well done film, and then you get the classic MCU emotion mixed with some classic MCU humor coupled with brilliant performances by the entire ensemble, and you're given a film that just is really damn good. I don't know what more you want me to say about it. So I think without further ado, let's just kind of get into the point breakdown. I got to get it up on my phone because, full disclosure, it's 12:19 in the morning right now, and I got to get to work soon, so I'm going to get through this pretty quickly. But entertainment, I gave it a 19 out of 20. I did thoroughly enjoy it throughout. Performances, 20 out of 20. Not a bad performance in this film. I truly believe that. I'm going to give direction 8 out of 10. Very solid outing. Writing, 8 out of 10. Emotions, 8 out of 10. Score, 4 out of 5. Pacing, 4 out of 5. Rewatchability, 5 out of 5, and an automatic 5 out of 5 points. That means if you did the math, I gave Black Widow an 89 out of 100. Now, the only real issue I have is a little bit of pacing, but it's really the scenario kind of like an In the Heights of I don't really know what you would cut out. So I can't really ding it that much for it. I think this is a very solid outing in the MCU, and I think when it comes out next weekend, y'all should go check it out. But I already know y'all are. because it's the first MCU movie back in theaters. But guys, let me know down below in the comments, are you excited to see Black Widow? I mean, I know the answer is probably going to be yes, but let me know what you're excited to see in Black Widow. Just let me know. I mean, I'm very excited to talk about this more in depth. Next week, we will be having a spoiler review. I will be filming that ahead of time, but we will have a spoiler review next week where we're going to chat up all the spoilers that went into Black Widow, and we will also be doing an MCU ranking where I rank the MCU with Black Widow. But guys, that is pretty much it. The last thing I just want to say here is thank you to you guys. Thank you to the readers at Music City Drive-In, and just thank you to everyone, because I said this at the beginning. This is kind of a monumental moment for me as a critic, because I started reviewing movies at the beginning of 2018. I did Star Wars The Last Jedi. That was my first time. I saw the movie, liked it, and wanted to talk about it. Didn't really ever think I'd be doing anything about movies, and now look at me now. If you would have told me back then that I would be getting to see a Marvel movie a week and a half early before anyone else gets to talk about it on camera, write about it, and cover it, I would say that that person is lying. I would say that they are a liar. I would not believe them. So to be able to have this opportunity to talk about my favorite franchise, to get to see one of these movies early and get to cover it, it just means the world to me, because I love the MCU with all my heart. This is my favorite franchise. It has changed a lot for me. It really has. So I just want to thank you guys, everyone that reads me at Music City Drive, and I want to thank you guys. This is one of the last movies that I may get to review early. I don't know, once everything goes back to theaters, what the situation is going to be for me. So if this is one of the last ones I get to review early, what a one to end on, you know, really. It really means the world. So I want to thank you all for sticking around and watching my content, because I know, like I've said, I'm not growing as fast as my other colleagues, but even then I still enjoy doing this for you guys. And I really do appreciate it. It really does mean the absolute world that you guys keep coming back and commenting and liking and checking out my content, because it's just a silly thing I do. I sit in front of a camera and talk about movies I like. That's really all I do. And for you guys to come watch and support and subscribe and like and comment, and I know I should get to the comments more, and that's just, I'm sorry, that's just bad on my part, but it means the world. It really does. So I wanted to thank you all for that. I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for you guys. If it wasn't for anyone that has supported me throughout this, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't. So this is a cool thing, and I'm very happy that I got to do this. But guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.